been one of those weeks for me that, I don't know, it's like not been a great week for me. But anyway, I will not get into that because I have been enjoying all of this fabulous jewelry that I have sitting in front of me right now. So I hope that you're going to be enjoying it too any second. I just want to wait for a couple of people to get here and make sure that everything is working, because that always takes time. As I said, and it's been one of those weeks for me, so which means that I don't have a high hope that things are going to work, but they are. So that's always a good thing. Maybe my week has turned around, and maybe your week has turned around if you haven't had such a great week. Welcome into my show. I am Michael O'Connor, and the show is for Carroll's Jewelers, and we have an amazing show for you. Luke says hello, and you know what? I have to tell you something. One of the reasons that my week has not been so great is that my allergies have kicked in, so I may have to wear these for a little bit. Leslie says hello. Hello, Leslie. Sorry to wear these. I hate to wear my glasses, but anyway. And Luke says hello, everybody. Anyway, I'm hoping that my eyesight will get better, at least throughout the show, maybe for the rest of my life. Who knows? Anyway. So let me tell you a little bit about the show, and let me tell you a little bit about the platform. First of all, if you're not familiar with Carroll's Jewelers, and at this point, if you've been shopping with me, hopefully you are familiar with Carroll's Jewelers, because Carroll's Jewelers is Florida's most trusted jeweler. And that is built on almost a century of trust and phenomenal reputation. So Carroll's Jewelers has been around for almost a century, and as a matter of fact, they have been in their current location right on the main street of Fort Lauderdale in Florida, which is Las Olas Boulevard, for over 60 years. So that truly is a reputation of trust. That's a reputation that really means that you are dealing with an established and well-trusted jeweler. So Luke just put in the telephone number. So if during the show, or if at any time that you're watching this, because you can watch this pretty much on demand, if at any time you decide that you want to find out more information, call Carroll's Jewelers. The number is right there. It's 954-463-3711. And you can speak to Luke or speak to anybody there, and I'm sure that you will get phenomenal service. I'm letting you just have a look at this because this is one of my new favorite pieces. And this is coming up in the show, so don't worry. Now, let me tell you a little bit about shopping on this platform, because there are people shopping with me from I believe, TikTok, from YouTube, from Instagram, from Facebook, from my Facebook, which is Michael O'Connor Style, and on the Carroll's Jewelers site. So there's like a lot of places, and each one of them works a little bit different. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about two. If you are watching me from my Facebook page, which is Michael O'Connor Style, what I would encourage you to do is under each of the posts, the post about this show and about the post that this show was coming up that I did a couple of days ago, in the comments, I put a link. Click that link and you'll be able to come to this platform, and I'll explain to you why you should do that. If you are watching on Instagram, there is a code above my head. That code, if you put that into the chat box, what will happen is that Instagram will direct message you a link and you'll be able to see everything in the show. If you're watching on YouTube, well, I don't know how that works. Actually, I really don't know how that works, but I would encourage you to come to this link. And here's why. Because not only will I be showing you all the great things, I'm going to show you exactly how this works, because there are a lot of buttons here, but we can interact. Here's how we can interact. First of all, the product is appearing over my head right now, and I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe that it will appear along the bottom, and you can actually just scroll through. But at any time, you can find out anything in the show. First of all, there are a number of icons. I believe they are down this side. The top one is hearts. If I like something, I like everything in the show because, I helped pick it out. But if you like something in the show, or if you're interested in something I'm saying, or you want me to expound on something, hit that heart button and I'll know that you're watching. I'll know that you're interested. I'll know that you like something that's in the show. If you see the one down next to it, that right below it is one called Shop. The Shop button is your best friend right now, other than me. It is your best friend. And the reason for that is that if you hit the shop button, you can kind of speed ahead, you can kind of go back. So if I've gone past something, you can just go back and see it if you hit the shop button. We're not saying that you have to shop. What it means is that you'll be able to shop the show, if you will. But if you do want to shop, I encourage you to shop because we've got great values for you. Underneath that are three little dots. Those three little dots will allow you to share the show with your friends. And I always tell you this every week. How great would it be if you, as a good friend to somebody, said, hey, you know what? I'm getting in on these phenomenal deals and you can too. So if you hit that share button over those three dots, you'll be able to share this to your social media, and I hope that you do that. And finally, this is the way that we're going to interact because Leslie has interacted and Luke has interacted. As a matter of fact, Luke just put something up and I need to put my glasses on again. Renee's joining us. Thank you, Renee. So Luke is telling me that Renee says, it said good evening. Hello, Renee. Thank you for being here. Maybe I should just leave these on. It might be better. I just hate the way I look in them. But anyway, so that's the way this platform works. So like Luke, thank you for whoever is sending me those hearts. So like Luke and like Leslie, you can interact. Along the bottom of this, there is a lozenge-shaped box. If you put your name into that box, and I think you just have to put your name, and what you can do is that you can actually, just like Luke, just like Leslie, you can interact with me and we can have a great conversation. So I hope that you think about doing that because it's always more fun when people are engaged and they're talking. So let me tell you a little bit about tonight's show. I told you about Carroll's Jewelers. I told you about me. I told you about the different platforms. So let me tell you now about the shows. I do need to tell you that every week that I am being compensated to do this, and I want to also tell you that you have such phenomenal opportunities in this show. This one is coming up, as I said. I showed this to you a little earlier. And it's a phenomenal ring. And this is a vault find, and I'll get into that in a second. So there are some great pieces. We've got pieces all the way from just under $60 to just over $3,000. But you are going to make some phenomenal savings. And those savings are incremental, obviously, to what we're buying. But you have savings anywhere from $34 up to $950. So there's some great values in tonight's show. We also have an everyday value that we're going to be starting with. And then we also have a vault find, which is this one here. And I'll tell you a little bit about vault finds when we get there. But first of all, let's go to the first item of the show. And I can't tell if I'm going to probably have to leave these on. I apologize. So this is the first item of the show. Now, I'm going to show this to you in person. This is what we call an everyday value. The reason for that is that this is truly one of those pieces that is priced to go. It's the pieces that you come into the store and you say, you know what, I need that last minute gift. I need that perfect gift for somebody. I just don't know what to do. And you're going to get a great value on this. So it's an everyday value at Carroll's Jewelers. What you're looking at here are lab-grown diamonds in the center. Then you are looking at sterling silver that is genuinely coated in 14 karat yellow gold. The item number here is 600-01961. Mother's Day is coming up, and I'm going to tell you that Mother's Day is sometimes a difficult holiday to buy for, and this would be the perfect gift. As a matter of fact, necklaces, I think, are probably the easiest gift to give somebody, and the reason for that is that the necklace doesn't really need to be sized, and this one has something very special. This item, that everyday special value price, is $169. You are getting lab-grown diamonds, so let me show those to you. You are getting sterling silver, which is a precious metal that has been generously coated in 14 karat yellow gold. As I said, this is an everyday price, and that is because these things are so extremely popular. We want you to enjoy them, and so that's why it is an everyday great price. What you're looking at here, again, is lab-grown diamonds. So you have 3 of them right in the center. I do want to tell you, because I don't want you to get this home and say, oh, you know what, Michael didn't tell me exactly what this was like. But I do want to tell you that the lab-grown diamonds are in the center of each of these settings. I'm going to try to give you a close-up. And then each one of those lab-grown diamonds are put into what they call an illusion setting. So there is white metal around, and that white metal is faceted. And the reason for that is that you get the look of larger, much larger diamonds. So here you have, these are kind of really like a diamond accent, if you will. So you've got 3 of them. They are put together, so this is one of those things. As a matter of fact, if you have been watching fashion magazines, this is something that is extremely popular right now. It kind of takes that solitaire necklace up and kicks it up a notch. And then then each of those white plates into which that lab-grown diamond is then set into this bezel. And the bezel is, as I said, generously coated in 14 karat yellow gold. The great thing about this, and why this is the easiest gift possible, because first of all, it has an extender. Easy lobster claw clasp, so if your mother is like my mother used to be and has a little problems getting things on and off her neck, this generous lobster claw clasp, the larger size, is going to make it very, very easy. But not only is it easy to put on, it's easy to wear with almost everything in your wardrobe. And the reason for that is this wonderful little mechanism here. This necklace at its longest is 19 inches. So this is significant. So it's going to sit like down there. But the necklace can actually be shortened to a very, very significantly short length. And you do this way, very easy. See this little ball? There's a little silicone in it. All you need to do is just pull this through, pull the other chain through, and you can shorten this. So this one necklace can go anywhere from 16 inches, which is where it is now, to 19 inches, which is where it is now. The benefit for you in something like this, I'm going to turn this ring around so that you don't get distracted. The benefit for you in something like that is this. Every time you wear a blouse, every time you wear a sweater, every time you wear anything, up on top, the reality is that the buttons are never in the same spot, that the necks are always different, and you need to make sure that your necklace fits either inside completely or breaks completely the neckline. And what that means is that when you have a clasp like this that allows you to wear it anywhere from 16 inches all the way up to 19 inches, no matter where that neckline goes, you are easily going to be able to take this and wear it pretty much at any length that you want. As I said, sterling silver. It is also, these are lab-grown diamonds. It is generously coated in 14 karat yellow gold. I love that kind of designer look. You're going to see, I'm going to show you a close-up of the chain. You see all of these gorgeous little updated bits here, these little beads that go all the way around the chain. These, I think, really just kick it up a notch. They really make it extremely, extremely special. And it's literally one of the easiest gifts to give. Why? Because you don't need to worry about the size. It's something that she can immediately take out of the box and put around her neck, and she's going to be able to wear it time and time again. We are only 3 weeks away from Mother's Day, so this is something that you should really think about. As I said, it is an investment of $169. So if you do want to, click that shop button and put it into your cart. You will be able to see what they call an affirm option. That affirm option will allow you to get this home right away and pay for this over time. So if you said, you know what, I don't have $169 right this minute, you can break it down into monthly payments. It will make it very easy for you. By the way, you show it to your mother and she says, you know what, I really didn't want a necklace. I really wanted a ring. Well, no problem. You have 60 days to return this. That is the benefit of dealing with a company like Carroll's Jewelers, because 60 days allows you to take it, make sure it's the right thing, make sure it's exactly what I told you it is, and then if it is not, or if it's something, excuse me, if it's something, as I said, my allergies are kicking in, or if it's something that you say, you know what, it's just not the right piece for me, all you need to do is return it to Carroll's Jewelers in its original packaging, in its original condition, and with the original tag on it, no problem whatsoever. One last look on this. Again, $169, sterling silver, generously coated in 14 karat yellow gold. You've got 3 lab-grown diamonds here set into beautiful settings that give the impression of them being extremely large. $169 is truly a value price here. So I'm going to let you see this one last time, and then we are going to move on to the next piece of the show. And that is, let's see, they changed the format here, by the way, so that is why I am struggling a little with this. That next piece is a gorgeous bracelet. So you heard me just say that these were lab-grown diamonds here. This bracelet, and by the way, I have 2 others coming up. These coming up. So this is these are 2 phenomenal pieces, 2 totally different price points. Now we're going to concentrate on this particular bracelet. You heard me talk about lab-grown diamonds. What you're looking at here is 5 carats of lab-grown diamonds. I'm going to take this and I'm going to open it up so that you can see the length and the sparkle of this piece. It is an incredible, incredible piece. Look at the sparkle. Like, I don't have fancy lights here. I've got 2 little lights in front of me, and let me tell you, so this is giving you so much sparkle, so much brilliance. You have 5 carats of lab-grown diamonds here. These diamonds are EF in color. Now, that is colorless. That is like some of the top grade of color when it comes to diamonds. These are VS1, VS2 in clarity. Those are some of the top grades in diamond clarity. This is an incredible, incredible piece. Item number 195000336. Now, in the store, this is normally $3,900. But tonight, for this show, you can actually get this piece home for a discount of 10%, $390 off, which brings the price down to $3,510. For $3,510, you are getting gorgeous diamonds. These are lab-grown diamonds. You are also getting 5 carats. This bracelet here is 7 inches. If you said, you know what, I need something that's a little larger, not a problem. Carroll's Jewelers can get these for you in pretty short time frames. All you need to do is speak to somebody at the store. If you want to give them a call, 954-463-3711. That number is in the chat, so you'll be able to see it. Look at the sparkle. Look at the brilliance. Look at the gorgeous, gorgeous colorless diamonds that you have here. Look at the gorgeous quality. I think that these are incredible. Each one of these lab-grown diamonds is set into its own setting. It is very flexible. This is always the sign of a good bracelet when you can do something like this, because what that means is that the workmanship here is so superior that it allows you to have that kind of flexibility. It's also done with a hidden closure. I'm going to show that to you here. And this is a tongue and box closure. So there you go. Put that in. Then it has 2 safety chains. You don't want to lose this. And voila. This is incredible. So no matter where this turns around your wrist, you are getting the sparkle, the brilliance of diamonds. Now, I did tell you that they're lab-grown diamonds. If you are unfamiliar with lab-grown diamonds, you should know that lab-grown diamonds they have the same physical properties, they have the same optical properties, they have the same chemical properties as mined diamonds. When they are treated, when I say treated, what I mean when they are cut, when they are polished, when they are set, when they are graded. Everything is done exactly the same because these are, according to FTC guidelines, these are diamonds. The only point of difference between these diamonds and mined diamonds is their point of origin. Well, the mined diamonds have come out of the earth. These have been grown in a lab. The benefit to you is a couple of things. Number one, you don't have to wait for 1 billion years for your diamonds. And number two, it gives you a phenomenal price opportunity. If this bracelet were in mined diamonds for 5 carats total weight, what that would mean to you is you would spend significantly more than $3,500, $3,510 for this 5 carat total weight bracelet. There are 39 round brilliant cut diamonds here going around. That is a total of 5 carats total weight. That is an impressive carat weight. What I love about it is just the simplicity, because I think that whether you're buying this for your mother, whether you're buying this for yourself, whether you're buying this for your significant other, for your girlfriend, for a guy on your list, so many men are wearing these right now. The reality is that when you think about buying diamonds and getting 5 carats total weight for $3,500, that's incredible, especially when you consider that these diamonds are EF in color and VS1, VS2 in clarity. I hope you're seeing the sparkle here, because I'm seeing like a lot of sparkle, and that is what you get from high quality gemstones, high quality diamonds, whether they are lab grown or whether they are mined from the earth. The reality is that you are seeing all the beautiful color, all of the beautiful sparkle. 39 diamonds going around here. Each one of these is round brilliant cut. It is set into this beautiful 14 karat white gold bracelet. Very nicely done. And I want you to see that they're not set up too high. So what that means to you is, if you're concerned about your cuffs, if you're concerned about the cuff of your blouse or whatever, or knits getting caught, you really don't need to worry about this at all. This, as I said, is 7 inches. This is something I will tell you that I can even get this on my wrist. I have an average size wrist for a man. But if you wanted to get this a little bit larger or even a little bit shorter, just give Carroll's Jewelers a call, 954-463-3711, and they'll be happy to help you with this. I am going to put this down, but do not forget that that shop button allows you to come back to this if you so desire to do so. Now, I'm going to put this down, and we are going to move to what is called a vault find. One last look at this. Look at the color. Wow, this is truly an amazing piece. I do want to tell you that. So, if you are not familiar with a vault find, if you haven't been watching me, shame on you. If you haven't been watching me and you don't know what a vault find is, well, a vault find is something that Carroll's Jewelers has had in their vault for a long time. What that means to you is that this is a piece that they may not be able to get again. I can tell you that they probably will not be able to get this again. But the other benefit is that this is at a phenomenally low price. This ring is $720. Now I will show you what you got here. You have a ruby in the center, and you have two, actually, let me just rephrase that. These are all synthetic stones, and this is also a vintage piece. So this is probably from the 50s. It was very common at that point to put synthetic stones into rings. But what you have is synthetic corundum, so synthetic sapphire. You've got a synthetic ruby right here. Again, it contains all of the properties and all of the chemical things that a ruby does, but it is a synthetic. Then you have two white sapphires, one on either side. The center corundum is 4 millimeters by 4 millimeters, is kind of like a cushion shape. I hope you can see that. And then you have 2 rounds, 2.5 millimeters on either side. It is set into 14 karat yellow gold. This is not sitting high on the finger. If you wanted to use it as a wedding band, I think it's a very, very chic wedding band. If you wanted to use it as an accent piece, this is would be a beautiful pinky ring. Look at this. This is very, very elegant. This right now is a size 8 1/4. Should that not be your size, should you need something that is a little bit larger, not a problem whatsoever, very easily done. I want to show you the inside, highly polished back. You can see where those stones come through, so that's giving them a little bit of play with the light, which is incredible. And there you have it. Look at this beautiful, beautiful piece. I absolutely love this. I think $750. If Carroll's Jewelers was to order this from a supplier these days, it would be significantly more. There is probably, and don't quote me on this, but I mean, definitely pick up the phone and speak to Luke, because there's probably almost $750 here just in like gold weight. So I think that this is an incredible piece. It is 14 karat yellow gold. It is smooth to the touch. It is a ring that if you put it on, it is very elegant. As I said, it's perfect for the pinky. It would be a perfect wedding band. If those of you who may be getting married in July, or if one of the partners was getting married, is born in July, ruby is the birthstone. As I said, during this time, during the 50s and 60s, and even earlier on, all the way from the 20s, it was very, very common to use synthetic stones in this type of ring. I just love the way that these are what they call gypsy set or bezel set, so that there are no sharp edges. You can run your hand across the top. If you're somebody who works out there and is worried about the prongs sticking up, you do not have to worry about that at all. 2.5 round corundums or white sapphires, and 1 4mm by 4mm cushion cut synthetic ruby in the center, and that is also corundum. And the benefit to you about corundum, which comprises sapphire and ruby, is the next hardest gem down from diamonds. Diamonds are 10, corundum is 9. So these are extremely durable pieces. As I said, it is the birthstone for July, so if there is some significance in July. $720, a vault find. This is not to be had again. They won't be able to get it in. So if you love the idea of this beautiful little ring, now's your opportunity to own a gorgeous, gorgeous piece. Now I'm going to shift gears slightly, because I know that many of you have heard the name David Yurman. David Yurman is a phenomenal jewelry designer. His pieces are found in those very, very high-end stores, along with some pretty fancy department stores. And David Yurman is known for certain looks, if you will, or certain design motifs. Here you have, this is an estate piece. The item number here is 855-00173. This is a genuine David Yurman piece. It is an estate piece, which means it has been previously loved. And it is incredible. If you held this in your hand, and unfortunately we don't have weight of vision, it's just viewer vision, but if you held this in your hand, I'm going to tell you that there is significant weight to something like this. This is 32 grams of sterling silver. That's a lot. That is very, very weighty. Here on either end, you have a gorgeous little black onyx, almost like a little bit of a cabochon done. And then you have this iconic cable. This is something that David Yurman is known for. If you're a collector of David Yurman pieces, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you aspire to have a David Yurman piece, this is your opportunity, because the David Yurman pieces can be extremely, extremely expensive. This piece in this show was originally $600. There is 33% off, so $200 off of this, which means that tonight this is $400. $400 for a gorgeous designer piece, 32 grams of sterling silver. And if you're not familiar with when I say sterling silver, this is not silver over the top. This is silver all the way through. 32 grams of silver all the way through with this luxurious weight and this gorgeous feel and a designer name attached. $400, you get black onyx, you get 32 grams of sterling silver, you get this gorgeous cable that is David Yurman is known for, and these two beautiful little end caps. Now, the size here is about, this will fit a wrist of about 6 3/4. But one of the things that you should know with this type of bracelet is that it does have a little bit of give. So if you needed it just a touch larger, you could stretch it out. I think that I could probably fit this onto my wrist. So here you go. So, well, it's not great on my wrist, but so this is very, very easy to put on. You just saw me do that, like extremely easy to put on, very easy to take off. Well, maybe not so easy to take off. Very easy to take off, very easy to get on. Beautiful black onyx, sterling silver, 32 grams of sterling silver, designer name David Yurman. It is truly a beautiful piece and your opportunity to own a designer that you may have aspired to for many years and just not be able to afford. Remember, if you hit that shop button and you put this in your cart, you will be able to see the Affirm option that will allow you to pay this over time. So if you said to yourself, you know, $400 is just not what I have right now, put it in the shopping cart. Then what to do is you go in and you select the Affirm option. It will tell you how long you can put those payments out and what your monthly payment will be. Meanwhile, you'll have the opportunity to get this home. This is solid. It is gorgeous, beautifully polished. There is a little bit of kind of like a dark, kind of like a patinaed area in the center, which is what you actually want from a cable like this because it helps really accentuate the design. The two end caps are done in sterling silver. Each one of these beautiful black onyx is actually bezel set in here. So this is truly a high quality designer piece. And many of you may have said to yourself, well, you know what? I love the idea of having a designer piece. May not be in the budget. This is a saving of 33% right now. So this is $200 off, which brings us to $400, giving you the opportunity to own a genuine David Yurman piece with the iconic cable link, so people will know what it is right away. And you will be able to wear this literally day in, day out. I also think from a fashion perspective, this is a great stacking piece. Put this on with your other bracelets. Put it on if you're saying to yourself, well, you know what? I primarily have yellow gold jewelry. Put this on with your yellow gold jewelry. You will be doing yourself a favor. Why? Because when you have other white pieces, other silver pieces, other white gold pieces, other platinum pieces, you can then mix and match these together and it looks totally very high-end, very chic. This is exactly what those ladies who lunch do in those very high-end stores and those very high-end restaurants on Madison Avenue and Rodeo Drive, all of those beautiful places. A David Yurman estate piece for $400. I'm putting this down now and we're moving on to our next piece, which is, I'm hoping that this is it. I think it probably is. As I said, I am going blind, but these icons happen to be extremely small. So if this is not the right piece, then I encourage you to let me know. I encourage Luke to change it. But anyway, feast your eyes on this little beauty. This is diamonds. A gorgeous lattice work of beautiful diamonds. Look at this. You have so many beautiful diamonds here. Let me take this ring off. I'm going to show this to you. This is done in 14 karat white gold. Here you go. This gives you an idea. Look, you can see the finger through it. It's very elegant. Look at the sparkle. You have diamonds on the upper level. You have diamonds on the lower level. This in the store is normally $3,750. This evening, you have 25% off, so $950 off of this ring. So it is live this evening for $2,800. You have 79 points of diamonds here, done in 14 karat white gold. The size is 6.5. Again, if you wanted this in a different size, give them a call at the store at 954-463-3711, or contact them at the website, which is carrollsjewelers.com, Carolls jewelers.com, and they will be able to arrange for it to get to have it in your size. This is truly a standout piece. As I said, 79 points of diamonds. So you have over 3/4 of a carat. These are beautifully done. You've got 65 round brilliant cut diamonds on the top layer of the lattice. Then you have 48 points of diamonds in the lower part of the lattice. And these diamonds are all HI in color. That means that they are near colorless. They have a beautiful color. I love the fact that this is one of those pieces. I think this would make such a beautiful wedding band, maybe a traveling wedding band. It makes a great fashion piece. If you wanted to wear this on your forefinger, I'm not going to be able to do that, but it would give you an idea. It would be a great forefinger ring. It would be a wonderful middle finger ring. And these diamonds are all set on slightly different angles. Look at this. It has almost like a little bit of a dome to it. What that means to you is that each one of these diamonds is facing a slightly different direction. If you've been shopping with me in the past, you know, I've said this before, that the magic of diamonds is the way diamonds play with the light. When you have diamonds set like this in facing numerous different directions, what that means is that it lets the diamonds play with the light in different times. So example, this one here is not playing with the light, but now as I turn it there, you just saw it play with the light. And as I turn it, each one of these will play with the light at a different time. What that means is that you get that maximum sparkle, that maximum scintillation, that beauty that you want to get. These are all natural diamonds, by the way. So you heard me mention earlier that there are lab-grown diamonds. These are natural diamonds. So what you are paying for here is the rarity of natural diamonds. They have been in the earth growing for over 1 billion years. They have then been mined and faceted and cut and then put into this beautiful 14 karat white gold setting. I just love this lattice work. I think it's such an incredible, incredible piece just because of that. I took it off earlier. I'm hoping that you could actually see your finger through it. I think that that is extremely elegant. So it is truly, I think, a gorgeous piece. Perfect for a wedding band, perfect as a fashion ring, and I think that this would be perfect to add to almost every collection. 25% off of this, which is $950 off of the original price, brings this down to $2,800. I am going to put this down, and then we are going to move to something that is kind of like a little bit unusual, very, very chic. And I think perfect for the guy or woman on your list who maybe loves to yacht or loves to boat or loves to sail. This is truly an interesting piece because this is all done with this gorgeous nylon. And what I love about this is that kind of boho chic kind of feel. This piece here is $79 in the store, 25% off tonight. So that is almost $20, brings it down to $59.25. This is perfect for that guy out there who is a little bit tough on jewelry, or maybe who doesn't like something that's going to sparkle. I want you to see the clasp because the clasp is truly interesting. This bracelet is 8 1/4 inches. So, and it's very easy to get on and off. This is actually a magnet. So let me show you how this works. This simply slides one way or the other out of here. There we go. So it slides in and then it kind of locks into place with the magnet. There's a little piece here. So as I said, this piece here in its totality is 8¼ inches. If you said that you wanted to wear this or the person's wrist was a little smaller, not a problem whatsoever. You simply take out this little extender, and that little extender, you keep it in the box for future, and then you have a different size. Very easy to do, very easy to get on and off. I want you to know that this magnet is very strong. It's not something that's going to come off easily. You saw me actually almost have to fight with it. So there you go. And I think with Independence Day coming up, with the 4th of July, with boating season coming up, this would be wonderful to give somebody as a gift to commemorate the summer. It would be a perfect birthday gift for less than $60 to give somebody the gift of jewelry. And I will tell you that one of the things that I think is the most special thing about giving jewelry is the fact that I don't think that anybody ever forgets the person who gives them a piece of jewelry. Every single piece of jewelry that I have, I know exactly where it came from. I know if it was handed down. I know if somebody gave it to me. I know if I bought it myself. Nobody ever forgets when somebody gives them the gift of jewelry. I love this because it's durable. This is something that you can wear swimming. This is something that you can wear in the water. It's meant for boating. It has this kind of nautical motif to it. These are two separate nylon pieces here. And this is literally a great sport item for somebody who doesn't necessarily want to wear the sparkle of jewelry, wants to have something that is going to be a little bit more on the sporty and the fun side. If you, like my friend Natalie, she plays golf all the time. This would be perfect for her because if you're sweating out there on the golf course, not to worry. If you get it wet, not to worry. So this is a great piece. Again, this is $59, less than $60. Gets this home, and a really, really flexible piece because it does have that ability for you to lengthen or to shorten it. So shorter, it is 8 inches, and on the longer side, it is 8¼ So you have a little bit of play here. Now I'm going to put this down, and we are going to move on to another really beautiful estate piece. Now, if you look at this, oh my gosh, I have to tell you that I'm impressed with the sparkle on this. This is truly a beautiful piece. If you love the combination of sapphires and diamonds, and I want to kind of say, well, who doesn't, right? Because, I mean, we've known sapphires and diamonds. We know that sapphires are that stone of royalty, that stone of wisdom, that stone that is truly a durable piece. Leslie says, do you have plenty of them? I shared to several friends. The bracelet that I showed you, Leslie, there are probably a few of these, and if not, then Carroll's Jewelers can get this in again without a problem. If you're talking about this particular piece, this is an estate piece. This is not something that Carroll's Jewelers would have a lot of. This piece here is truly a beautiful, beautiful find. If, as I said, you love the idea of sapphires and diamonds, if you love that idea of royalty, if you love that really classic look of blue and white, feast your eyes here. In the store, this is normally $1,500. 50% off on this piece this evening, so which brings the price down to $750. I want you to see how this is sparkling. This is done in 14 karat yellow gold. You have diamonds here in the center. These diamonds, you've got 9 diamonds, 20 points total weight. You have 18 sapphires, 9 on either side, so 2 rows on either side. Those are 40 points, so a total of 60 points total weight in this, $750. It does sit up fairly high, so if you are somebody who likes more of a statement piece of jewelry, this is a great statement piece. These are all prong set, all hand done. Now the size here is a little bit on the smaller side. I told you that this is an estate piece. This is a size 4.5, which is why I cannot fit it onto my finger. However, The way this is constructed, if you loved the idea of getting that great value of literally 60 points of gemstones, 20 points of diamonds, 40 points of sapphires for under $800, for $750 in a 14 karat yellow gold setting, then all you need to do is give Carroll's Jewelers a call. As I said, the number is in the comments below. So 954-463-3711, and they will be able to size this up or down for you. There may be just one little caveat here. There may be some limitations on how large it can go or how small it can go. But what an impactful ring. This is truly really an impactful ring. I love the way it sits up here. This is something that it's very important. It's very elegant. And like the other ring that I was showing you, the fact is that each one of these diamonds really faces a different direction. It's on a different level. The benefit to you is that diamonds play with the light. And therefore, when they play with the light, each one of them are playing with the light at a different time. That gives you that constant sparkle, that constant scintillation. And when I talk about scintillation, what I mean is the light breakdown. So this is the beauty of diamonds. You get those sparkles, that bright white light. And then you get all of the gorgeous color of the scintillation. And the scintillation is when the light enters the diamond and then it gets broken down into the spectral hues, and then you see the blues, the greens, the oranges, all of those gorgeous things that we know diamonds are made for. These are mined diamonds. As I said, these are not lab grown. This is $750. You can take this home. And again, if you love the idea that of that kind of royal look of that sapphires and diamonds, we all know who has a gorgeous sapphire and diamond engagement ring. So many people love sapphires. Actually, I truly love sapphires. They are one of my favorite gemstones. I think that just the fact that they are so durable, they're very, very elegant, always suitable. And I also love these. These are on the darker side, but there still is, you can still see blue in them. I'm hoping that you can see this as I turn that. You can still see that these are beautiful blue sapphires. They are not too dark, but they have that really gorgeous, rich, dark blue color, but still blue and not black. And then, of course, you have them intersected with that band of diamonds. 9 diamonds in the center, 20 points, 18 sapphires, 9 on either side, 40 points. Mohs hardness scale of 10, Mohs hardness scale of 9. That means you'll be getting something that you can wear for a lifetime and never, ever really have to worry about it. This would make a very interesting wedding band, especially if you have an engagement ring that sits up way, way high. But because, I mean, this does sit up high. If you are putting this up against a wedding band, an engagement ring, it would have to fit fairly high. Another great option with this is that so many people have those stack rings, those anniversary style rings. This would be perfect because it does have the flat edge. That flat edge allows you to put other rings up against it. So what you could do is you could put your rings up against it. If you said to yourself, well, you know, I have a plain wedding band. I would love to have something that is that goes with my wedding band, but adds a little bit of extra sparkle, a little bit of extra pizzazz. You can absolutely do that with this ring. Again, a gorgeous piece at a discount of 50%. So that is $750. Again, if you get this home and you say, you know what, it's not exactly what I want, then you do have 60 days to return it. Remember, just return it in its original packaging, in its original condition, and with the original tag, and Carroll's Jewelers will not have a problem whatsoever. The item number here, just in case I didn't mention it, is 8450061. Wisdom, balance, royalty, that's what you're getting here. So we're going to move on to the next piece now, and this is all about rarity. I think that should be it. So I apologize. Actually, let me have a little drink of water. allergies are a bad thing. As I said, I had a tough week. Allergies are kicking in, threw my back out, you name it. Anyway, if you have heard about natural colored diamonds, if you have heard about that very high-end store on Fifth Avenue that does diamonds by the yard, if you have heard about the beauty of and the popularity of yellow diamonds, you are in luck. You have all three here. This is item number 165-00187. In the store, this retails for $3,750. There's 20% off, that's $750. So $3,000 gets this home. Let me show you what you are getting here. You are getting 14 karat white gold. You are getting 14 karat yellow gold bezels. And in each of those bezels, you are getting the beauty of natural colored diamonds. Now, if you've been shopping with me for some time, you know that when I speak about natural colored diamonds, I always mention this one thing. When you buy diamonds, specifically mined diamonds, you are buying rarity. You are buying something that has been in the earth for literally 1 billion years. Every time you buy a natural colored diamond, you are increasing that rarity literally 10 times. Because for every one natural colored diamond that there is here, and by the way, there are 10 diamonds in this necklace. You can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 natural colored diamonds in here. So for every one natural colored diamond, there are 10,000 white diamonds. So what that means is that there are, I don't know, my math is really bad when I'm on the spot like this. So 10 times 10,000, that is 100,000 white diamonds to get these beautiful 10 natural colored diamonds. I want to give you a close-up of one of them so that you can see. This is bezel set. It is, whoops, I just flipped it over. Bezel set. It is going to be extremely easy to wear. These are bezel set in yellow gold. Now, the benefit to you in having them set in yellow gold is that it helps enhance the color and it helps draw your attention to the stations because each one of these is a station. $3,000, you are getting the rarity of natural colored diamonds. You are getting a 16-inch necklace. By the way, again, if you decided that you needed this a little bit longer or you wanted an extender put on, this is the benefit of dealing with a company like Carroll's Jewelers as opposed to some of those big retailers who may have some things in stock but not be able to alter it. So if you said to Carroll's Jewelers, hey, you know what, 16 inches, I would like the versatility of maybe having the ability to change this to 17 or 18, they could probably add a little extender here, so it would be no problem. Spring ring clasp. So what you have here is a spring ring clasp that will allow you to clasp this. Again, if you wanted an extender, just speak to them. You have then beautiful 14 karat white gold, 14 karat yellow gold around each one of these natural colored diamonds. And as I said, there are 10 of them. And this is 91 points in total weight. So that means that each one of the diamonds is basically 9 points. So these are not small diamonds by any chance. You get 10 of these gorgeous diamonds. And I just love the fact that, this is one of those pieces that this truly is a signature piece. You put this on, this could be the piece that you wear every single day. put other things around it. And what I also love the fact is that it's already two-tone, which means that if you have things in your wardrobe that are not the same color as, maybe not white or maybe not yellow, you can mix and match these, and this will allow you to bring in other colors to your wardrobe very, very easily. $3,000 gets this home. Remember, you have that option, that Affirm option that allows you to stretch that out over time, and then and still enjoy this every single day at home. And again, if you love the idea of this and you say 16 inches is just a little too short, call Carroll's Jewelers, speak to Luke, 954-463-3711, and I'm sure that he can come up with an option that maybe adds a little bit of an extender here, or maybe they can just order a different one in a different size for you. Putting this down, and we are moving on to a beautiful little bit of color in this show. I think this is so incredibly sweet. This is a pink tourmaline that you're looking at here. Pink tourmaline is the birthstone for October. It has a lot of fire. It has a lot of brilliance. Tourmaline is a very durable stone if you are wanting to wear this on a regular basis. It is a Mohs hardness. You heard me say that earlier, is the hardness of the gemstone. Tourmaline is approximately 7 to 7.5 on the Mohs hardness scale. You have a tourmaline here that is 6 millimeters here. I'm sorry, 6 millimeters across by 8 millimeters this way. Going down the shoulder of the ring, you have gorgeous, beautiful pave set diamonds. These are beautiful white diamonds. You've got 28 points of them in this kind of woven kind of shoulder. I'm hoping that you can see that. Maybe I'll get my face out of there. There we go. And there you can see how this is beautifully woven. This kind of treatment, by the way, is a very high-end designer feel. And a lot of designers are doing this for engagement rings, which makes me think also that if you are somebody who is born in October and you're looking for that engagement ring that's really going to set you apart, is going to be totally different than what anybody else has, this would be a great piece as an engagement ring. As I said, this is 7.5, so it is a fairly durable stone. You then have the diamonds here. The significance of the pink tourmaline is that it is the birthstone for October. It's they say that it's the symbol of love, compassion, and emotional healing. It is a beautiful stone. I also love tourmaline. I think that this is really very beautiful. This is an oval cut, so I want to show this to you up close. Look at this. Look at that gorgeous, it's almost like that gorgeous raspberry color is so beautiful. That pink is just an incredible, incredible look. Oval, I want to show you the side so it sits up a little bit. I love the way the prongs here just sweep up on either side. I do really, truly love the fact that the shank is treated in a totally different way, almost this woven shank that gives you kind of that gorgeous open feel. In the store, normally $2,100, $315 off, so under $1,800, $1,785 gets this home. 14 karat white gold, gorgeous diamonds, gorgeous pink tourmaline in the center. An incredible, incredible piece for somebody who really wants to stand out with something that is truly different. Now we are coming to the last piece of the show, which is truly unusual and very handcrafted, because this is not something that can be done by machine. So this is a mother of pearl, gorgeous rose carving. And why I know that it is hand done is that if you see, it goes underneath. It's not just simply just stamped out. This is literally carved. Mother of pearl is that gorgeous iridescent part of the shell in mollusks that pearls come from. The benefit is that they get that gorgeous iridescence and that gorgeous luster from actually the same nacre that goes onto a pearl. It gives it that gorgeous iridescence. This is $170 normally in the store. You're getting $34 off for $136. It does come on this gorgeous 18-inch wheat chain, and which is really, really beautiful. Not that small throwaway chain by any means, and a generous lobster claw clasp. There is the tag, and I just want to show this to you really, really close so you can appreciate the gorgeous colors. The wonderful thing about mother of pearl is that it literally works with almost everything in your wardrobe, because it kind of picks up the colors around it because of that gorgeous iridescence. It is an incredible piece for only $136. If you're looking for that perfect Mother's Day gift, you heard me say it earlier, the reality is that a necklace is the easiest thing to give your mother. She can literally take it out of the box and she can wear it. Thank you for being with me this evening. I hope that you enjoyed the show. I hope that you'll be with me next Thursday. I have next Thursday a totally new show to share with you. And anyway, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for being with me, and see you next week. Bye.